All right, proof positive that just because a bait is torn up doesn't mean you ain't gonna catch fish.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Live to Fish. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor, hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost you a thing. It helps support the channel and I would really appreciate it. But hey, you're here and that's what counts. And today we're gonna be talking about the craw. The craw is a soft plastic that I use all year round, but I really excel in it right now in the summertime. What I'm gonna talk about today is kind of a follow-up to the video that I did on matching the hatch. Now, John over at Sportsman's Direct put out a video on their new crawfish, crayfish, whatever you wanna call them. But look at the colors on these things and then let me show you some samples of some imitation crawfish that match that hatch. First, we have the net bait pack of craw, and this is in the magic craw color. You can see it's a mix of green pumpkin and also a blue underbelly. Now this matches that hatch pretty good, but it doesn't have as much silver as some of the other options. And something very similar is the Googan KRACKIN Craw, and this is in the blue baby color. Here you have a blue underbelly, very similar to the net bait, magic craw color, and you have the other side that has the green pumpkin. But here's a color you should be very familiar with, and this is the Googan KRACKIN Craw in the natural color. You have the green pumpkin standard on one side, and you have a silvery with a blue and black flake on the underbelly. Now this is an excellent lure to use this time of year. The only issue that I have with the Googan KRACKIN Craw is the durability. And quite honestly, that's my biggest complaint with most of their soft plastic products. Now, as you saw in the intro, I have one of these KRACKIN Craws here, again in the natural color, where one of the appendages was torn off, but that didn't keep me from throwing it. I kept doing it and I kept catching them. Now that's due in large part to the way the KRACKIN Craw has been developed. The appendages displace a lot of water and they give a lot of action. So when you have one appendage left, it basically acts like a grub or single-tail grub. So if it gets damaged like this and you only have one appendage, don't throw it out, throw it out and get some big ones. Now, another trick I like to do with the craws that have the extra appendages on it is say I'm pretty much done with this, it gets chewed up, or say we lose that last appendage. What I like to do is I like to throw this now on a Ned rig, and it basically imitates a hellgrammite. This is a bass candy. Now again, the Googan bait is gonna probably be chewed up on the end there where you put it on your EWG hook, but again, once you lose the appendages, try throwing it out as a Ned rig. You'll be surprised what you catch. So don't throw your chewed up soft plastics away, adapt. Throw them out as something else, and I guarantee you'll get some bites. All right, so let's get back on the water and show you some action.
This is the way it's going to be again, huh? There we go. All right, proof positive that just because a bait is torn up doesn't mean you ain't gonna catch fish. Let's let him go. Other way, buddy. There you go. See ya. So yeah, that was caught on a Googan KRACKIN Craw that only has one of its claws left. Been doing pretty good on it. There we go. That's a little bit better of a fighter. I think it's still going to be a rock bass though. And that could be a largemouth. Get him to stay down. Yep, that is a beast of a largemouth. Holy smokes! This might be my PB right here. Holy mackerel. Wow. In case you're wondering, yes, my heart rate is high. All right, zeroed out. Let's hope for the best here. It's gonna hold at 4 pounds even. Wow. I would have thought for sure that was my PB. Let's get a measurement on him too. All right, 20 inches. Definitely not my PB, but close. All right, coming in at 4 pounds. This thing is a tank. Look at that, wow. Came out here after the storm hoping to get something good. It paid off. There we go, let you get out of here. Thank you very much. There he goes. Man, good fighter. Yeah, that was a nice 4 pound largemouth. That thing was an absolute tank. Still not my PB. I'm just shy of 5 pounds on a largemouth, so I was keeping my fingers crossed and open because that thing was huge. But yeah, that was caught on the Googan KRACKIN Craw. That's on a 4/0 hook. It's on a 1/4 ounce bullet weight, and I'm throwing that on the Daiwa Procaster 80 combo. And that is with 12 pound fluorocarbon. It's the Seaguar Invisix. That's what I'm throwing on this rig. And this is a medium heavy rod. And so far, no toothy critters. Got rock bass and pretty decent largemouth there. Again, storm front just came through. I fished prior to the storm, wasn't getting too much. A lot of rock bass. So when I say not too much, I wasn't getting decent sized fish. Getting smaller largemouth and some rock bass, and now post storm, looks like the big ones might be feeding. There we go, another one on. Fish on, baby, fish on. Putting up a good fight. You don't want to come in. Sorry, buddy. All right, let's get you up here on the berm here. Ooh, another solid fish. All right, good deal. This one's probably about 2.5 pounds. Definitely half the size of the last one, but not bad. I'll take it. All right, let's let you go, buddy. There he goes. More good fish on the Googan KRACKIN Craw. I know people give Googan a lot of slack for the durability, and they're absolutely right, but I gotta tell you, they catch fish 100%. I'm gonna be doing an episode coming up here, and it's gonna be exclusively bandito bug and KRACKIN Craw catches. Show you just how deadly and effective these Googan baits are. Absolutely incredible. Durable, maybe not so much. Do they get bit? Do they catch fish? Absolutely 100%. So that's coming up soon on Live to Fish. So there you saw the Googan KRACKIN Craw putting in a lot of work, but here's something new you may not have seen yet. And this is a product by ZMan. You know them best for their TRDs and their LazTech technology. Well, they have a bigger craw out now. It's called the Hella Crawz. Now, the Hella Craw is built with LazTech, and let me tell you something, these things have that ZMan durability. Let's take a quick look. So to try to match the hatch right now, the color that I'm throwing is the Bama bug in the Hella Crawz. And that has a green pumpkin on one side and blue and black flake on the other. Now this thing, I'm not gonna embarrass the other manufacturers by showing you this test, but we all know what LazTech is all about. It's all about that durability. I mean, cast after cast after cast. It's also very, very buoyant. So when you throw this out there on the EWG hook, and even with that bullet weight, it's gonna stand right up and give that natural craw action. And my overall favorite way to retrieve these is to give it a couple pops and bring it back on a quick retrieve, let it fall back down to the bottom, and then give it some pops again. It's basically imitating a fleeing crawfish or a bait fish, and bass can't resist it. So I'll have a more in-depth review and look at these Hella Crawz out on the water coming up soon on Live to Fish. But hey, it's Friday, and you know what time that is. It's time for Catches of the Week.
All right, our first catch of the week is from Andrew, and this is caught up in Alpena while Andrew was fishing on his yak, and he was throwing a whopper plopper under a bridge, caught this nice smallie. Congrats, Andrew. And Joe and Connor out at Harson's Island. Connor caught this nice little rock bass, and Joe caught this nice largemouth. They had a great time over at Harson's Island, and I really appreciate the feedback, guys. Good job. And Mike and Reese over at Reese Life Dad Life. Reese here with a huge largemouth, and also Mike with some great largemouth catches as well. Great job, boys. Catches of the Week is something we do every Friday right here in Live to Fish and only here on Live to Fish. And if you want to get your catches showcased, all you need to do is email them to me right here at the email address below. I'll also leave the email down in the video description. So congrats to everybody on your catches of the week. Great job. Coming up next on Live to Fish, I have some big surprises coming. Don't want to spoil it. But until next time, be safe, be well, and as always, live to fish. Take care, everybody.